What's going on, sports fans? This is Jake Waxman.
And Tyler Lavalette.
Welcoming you to WTV 10 here for another Friday Roundtable. We hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. We're back. We're ready to talk some sports, and per the American tradition, let's start with some baseball talk.
Absolutely. Let's start with the Tigers. They have been on quite a nice run lately. I think it was 10 or 11 recent wins, including a sweep of the Athletics, heading into their 3-game week series against the Phillies before Philadelphia hosts the All-Star game on Tuesday, and we have the 4-day All-Star break. And you're looking good if you're the Tigers. Christian Vasquez, who replaced Jemai Jones in the lineup, called up from AAA Toledo yesterday. Major League debut, first at bat with a home run. I watched that live. It was awesome. And I also saw his post-game interview with Daniela Bruce, and he was quite understandably shaken up because his parents weren't able to make it to the game, but his wife was, and you could really tell, if you watched it, you could really tell the tears were coming down his face, and not hard to see why when you think about all what Venezuela had been through in the aftermath of the earthquakes.
Yeah, first of all, I want to start by saying this. Thinking about the people of Venezuela, my heart's with them. All those earthquakes, all that devastation. It's whenever it happens, regardless of the nation, whenever something like that happens, it's difficult. Mm-hmm. It's sad, and it breaks everyone's heart. So thinking about the people there and praying for a speedy recovery and good fortune ahead for the people of Venezuela. That's a nation that has been through pretty much a lot this year.
No question about it.
Now, speaking of the Tigers, so as of right now, they're 4th in the AL Central at, I believe, 43-50. Presuming, of course, a game has not happened today, but
well, they're just playing a little bit against the Phillies, so
okay.
As of obviously that's not starting until 6:40 p.m. first pitch, so we are still so that is an intact record.
All right, so a chance to advance to 44-50 and close in a little bit on 500. Hey, if you're a Tigers fan, you got to at least have some sense of hope here because the Tigers, as Tyler has said, they're playing a bit better as of late. And going into the All-Star break, hey, that's good news. A little chance to build up that momentum, get a break, and then rally. And I do mean just rally, charge ahead, win as many games as you can, and charge to a wild card spot within the second half of the season. You do well enough at the end of July and all throughout August. I mean, the playoffs, it's not out of the realm of possibility for Detroit just yet. All hope is not lost for this Tigers team yet. And you got some young guns, as Tyler mentioned, who are stepping up to the plate and helping out. So there's optimism in the building for the Detroit Tigers. No question about that.
For perspective, the Phillies are 3 games back, 2 games back, and 3 games back of the Atlanta Braves in the NL East. And that's the opponent they will be facing this weekend for their final series before, like I said, Citizens Bank Park hosts the All-Star game. So they've been doing pretty good so far. And if you're a Phillies fan, you're enjoying the successes of Harper and Schwarber these days. And your pitching has been doing pretty well, but this is Detroit. We want we want to hope for them to lose. Apologies to any of my New Jersey out there. We love hosting you guys this weekend, but it's just business.
It's nothing personal. It's just good business. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, there's a bit of a house divided in Tyler Lavalette's family. He's got some members of his family who live in Philadelphia, and they root for the Phillies, of course. So this weekend especially, house divided. Phillies and Tigers.
Yeah, up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, but close to that part of the state's close to Philadelphia, as it is. But regardless, this is a full circle moment for me. 7 years ago, I went with Mom to Citizens Bank Park and spent time with them for a few days. The main focal point was Tigers and Phillies. Now we have them. Main focal point, Phillies and Tigers at Comerica.
Should be a good series. I mean, you got the Phillies looking to build up momentum and get closer to securing their playoff spot. And you got the Tigers looking to not only continue on the momentum they've been building, but also to get inch closer towards having a shot to make the playoffs. And speaking of baseball, obviously you guys want to know about the Cubs. Well, nothing too much new here. They sit second in the NL Central right now, 52-41 in playoff position at the moment.
Which is good.
Yep, although I got to, okay, just a little bit of a bone to pick with the Cubs right now. Okay, come on. Losing to the Baltimore Orioles, who are at the bottom of their division, it's a little less than ideal. Okay, I know you're going to have, you win some, you lose some, and sometimes you're going to lose to some teams that you probably shouldn't. It happens, but I'm going to give the Cubs just a little bit of a hard time. Like, really, the Orioles?
You lost to a team that's now 12 and a half out of the AL East leading Tampa Bay Rays. You lost to them?
Really? It's embarrassing, Tyler. I can tell you, I feel the embarrassment of it. I didn't even see the game, but the Orioles, oh my goodness. No, that's bad loss for the Cubs. I mean, hopefully we don't need too many more of those losses, okay? It's close enough that we're in a wild card spot, but it's a marathon. There's still a whole lot of July, a whole lot of August, and a whole lot of September. Can't be taking too many of these losses. So despite that bad loss, like I said, Cubs are on a wild card spot, but they got a critical series this upcoming weekend, starting tonight, actually. They're going to be traveling to what we know as the Queen City to take on the Reds of Cincinnati. Very critical series. Got to win, if not win the whole series, win as many of those games. Let's take 2 or 3 on the road. And this is all coming with the All-Star break staring us in our faces.
Yes, and Kevin, in terms of our All-Star predictions, 2 selections, Kevin McGonigal is one of several that are going to the Tigers. And for the legend pick on the AL side, Justin Verlander, who announced yesterday that he will be retiring at the end of the season. His health concerns with his body have not been kind ever since his sold-out game in Arizona in April. But in a way, it is still fitting that his 20-year career will end with the team that drafted him. You could not have asked for it to end it any better.
No, indeed. Hey, not very many players get to have their farewell tour on the team that they started with. So, big honor for Justin Verlander. And I kind of had a feeling that he was coming back for the Tigers to give it one more go in the MLB, or at least one more season, and he wanted to do it with the team he started with. Like Tyler said, full circle moment. And I wish Justin Verlander all the best. Hopefully, we see him in a few more games this upcoming season and pitching at his absolute best before retirement comes knocking at his door.
Yep, that'll be it. But hey, if there's one thing good is that him and Kate Upton get to spend time in Kate's home state. She's from St. Joseph, part of the well-known Upton family from that area. Those of you in Berrien County would definitely know who I'm talking about that family, with Fred Upton. But still, like I said, their daughter spending time in where her mom came from. That's special.
That's a little something I like to call winning at life. And Justin Verlander, in that sense, and many other ways, he's winning at lives. So happy for him. And whatever happens this season, big things for him beyond the horizon once his baseball career is over. To conclude the baseball talk, hey, Tigers fans, not all hope is lost. Nope. You got a flicker going. You just need to, if the Tigers can build enough momentum, they could turn that flicker into a flame. And for the Cubs, the strategy is simple. Just win enough games and let's get to the postseason, whether it's as the wild card or the champion of the NL Central. Although we got a long ways to go to catch the Brewers. I mean, we're 7 games behind.
Right. You got to wait to go. But, hey, anything's possible. You still got to get through the dog days of August.
Yes, indeed. So,
and, hey, if you're someone else, another team like in the Guardians, the White Sox, or the Twins, you better not let the Tigers get hot. We just saw what happened in 24.
Hey,
And if you're the Tigers, you want to get hot at the right time. Anything's possible.
of course, me and Tyler were in Chicago the last time the Tigers got red hot. So
Except for that game in Wrigley.
that's all right. I mean, hey, right there, the Tigers learned a lot from that game, and they got red hot after that game, of course. And the important thing is taking the lessons that you learn from each and every, even the worst of moments. So for the Tigers, there's still a chance. I'll say it again. Just got to find a way to turn the flicker into a flame. And for the Cubs, let's just win enough games. Let's get to the postseason, and anything goes from there.
Absolutely.
All right, shifting gears to, okay, we were talking about a couple of podcasts ago. We talked about Scott Dixon and how he may not be back with Chip Ganassi Racing. Well, guess what? It is official. He's not going to be in the 9 car in 2027. Instead, how about this? He is going to be racing for Arrow McLaren in 2027. I'll let Tyler show you his reaction.
Just wow. I mean, for many years you would always think Dixon with Ganassi. Well, guess that was always meant to be broken at some point. And here we go. Heck, Christian Lundgaard even got punted out of the way. Felix Rosenqvist is going there as well, from what I've also seen. Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to be joining the team for the 500 only.
Wow. Okay. So if what Tyler is saying is true, and I have a gut feeling about this. So I've been trying the last few days, trying to figure out, okay, was it Christian Lundgaard's decision to leave Arrow McLaren, or did Arrow McLaren decide that he's out? And if it's the latter of the two, Arrow McLaren has just made a very big mistake then. Because Christian Lundgaard, here's the thing about him. Of He's got 3 career wins. He's still young. He's won with 2 different teams, including Arrow McLaren. He's won twice this season and had a lot of time and a lot of races this season. He's outperformed Arrow McLaren's #1 driver in Patricio O'Ward. So this move, with all this in mind, this move makes absolutely no sense. If it is the case that they wanted to replace Christian Lundgaard with Scott Dixon and Felix Rosenqvist. Of course, I think Rosenqvist is actually replacing Nolan Siegel, which that's a move that I can understand. Siegel just really hasn't taken off yet in his IndyCar career, whereas here's the thing. Christian Lundgaard, he's going to be great in this series. Like, he's got the talent. He's young. He's fast. Okay,
he just needs a stable home.
Absolutely. My goodness. If I'm going to say this again. If Arrow McLaren decided to boot Christian Lundgaard in favor of Scott Dixon, I'm just going to be real honest with you. This move is asinine. I mean this. Because, okay, Scott Dixon's a great driver, no doubt about it, but he is nearing retirement. He doesn't have many years left, especially many competitive years left, and hasn't won yet this year. So,
that's just so odd that I've yet to see his name pop up as a race winner. It's just, wow. The Iceman really isn't cometh really anymore. It's just crazy. They say Father Time is undefeated for a reason.
Yeah. Goodness. And you know what? You know what else is crazy about this IndyCar Silly season? And I'll let Tyler Lavalette explain this to you. Let's just say Will Buxton hyped up what was about to happen, what the announcement for like this particular move in IndyCar Silly season. And a lot of F1 fans thought it meant something else.
Absolutely. Given his time with Formula One TV, NBC Sports Network, when the latter had the channel, the F1 coverage prior to ESPN using the Sky Sports feed, now Apple TV taking over. Well, here's the thing. Buxton hyped up the announcement thinking it was going to be life-changing, and that nothing was going to be the same. When we clearly knew about Dixon going to McLaren for a while. And yet the F1 fan base thinking, Meanwhile, in F1, you got Max Verstappen, who hasn't been too happy with Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
He could be leaving. And you had some people thinking McLaren's getting Verstappen, which means he's going to be racing in Papaya. Nuh-uh. That did not happen. So, Buxton, we knew this was pretty much the worst kept secret in IndyCar. And you overhyped it and got your F1, the full community, your F1 days hyped for nothing. Come on, Will. You're not a bad announcer on Fox, but you overhyped it so much. Ay, ay, ay.
It's safe to say that Will Buxton, there may have been a moment where he was about to face a whole lot of Formula One fans with their torches and their pitchforks ready, for lack of better words.
Ouch.
Yeah. First of all, look, Scott Dixon to Aaron McLaren. Wow, we're so shocked. No, not really. We knew it was going to happen. We knew he was going to leave Ganassi.
I mean, David Land knew, so.
Yeah, David Land. Credit to him. He's probably one of the first, if not the first, to break this. And
right.
Good job to him.
Yeah, so, for that one.
Yeah, the news about Scott Dixon going to McLaren. Okay, that's not that big of a deal because we knew it was going to happen. Now, if it was actually Max Verstappen leaving Red Bull for McLaren, our brains would have been exploding. Although I can understand Max not being happy, of course, at Red Bull either. And there's been talk, too, about Oscar Piastri walking away from McLaren because supposedly he's not happy with Lando Norris getting the number one driver treatment. But that's all I've heard.
Well, rumors are just rumors, so
yep,
anything's possible. We'll see.
That's all I know. Speaking anyway, back to the subject of IndyCar Silly season. All right, what happened to Lundgaard? If it is the case that he actually got kicked to the curb by McLaren in favor of Scott Dixon and or for Scott Dixon. Like I said, it's a terrible move by McLaren because I get it. McLaren's trying to win an Indy 500, and they think Scott Dixon and Felix Rosenqvist gives them their best shot. And, okay, so Lundgaard's not the best on ovals, but given time, Christian Lundgaard will get that figured out. He's still young. Mm-hmm. He's great on the road courses. Ovals take time for even a road course driver to figure out. It's one of those things. And you know what? There's also a part of me that thinks, you know what? Maybe it wasn't that McLaren has decided to part ways with Christian Lundgaard or boot him out in favor of, Scott Dixon. But I wouldn't be surprised to learn that Chip Ganassi Racing has already signed Christian Lundgaard to a deal, and they're just waiting till the end of the season or when the season's over to announce Lundgaard to take the place of Scott Dixon at Chip Ganassi. That I would love to see. Lundgaard to the 9, talented young driver. Okay, the one knock, maybe he's not good on the ovals and let alone the Indy 500, but Chip Ganassi Racing has said, I like winners. Christian Lundgaard is a winner. So it makes sense. And Lundgaard is young, talented. Why not? Could also see him going to a place called Meyer-Shank Racing. I've heard they're looking to try and get Christian Lundgaard. Unless, of course, Lundgaard's already signed with Ganassi. But
right.
So many possibilities here with Christian Lundgaard. No matter what, though, he's going to end up in a good place.
Yeah, he might be a real winner out of this one. Now, again, we'll see what happens with McLaren going forward. We're doing McLaren next year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That 7 seat, and those 6 seats at Arrow McLaren right now in IndyCar, they've been revolving doors to say the least. I mean, we had Rossi who was there for 2 years, then he was out. Lundgaard's there. Lundgaard, he's there for 2 years. He's out. That shocks me though, because Lundgaard is a talented driver. He's been outperforming McLaren's number one driver, of course, Pato Award. But it would not shock me if Chip Ganassi Racing has already pretty much inked Lundgaard to a multi-year deal to drive the 9 car in 2027. And they're just keeping quiet on that front and wait until the end of the season. And Lundgaard hasn't really said a whole lot about his future, so I wonder, maybe he already knows where he's going and he just doesn't want to, spill the beans or get your hand caught in the cookie jar.
Right.
But,
there's plenty. I'm sure there are plenty of reasons behind it to why he's staying silent for the time being, but
yep,
things will get revealed soon.
All will be revealed, everyone. It's a long IndyCar season, still a ways to go, but Wow. Silly season heating up. Seats are very, very warm. All right, shifting gears to the FIFA World Cup. I tell you what, sports fans, all right, I won't say I've enjoyed watching all the soccer, but I have enjoyed the storylines behind the FIFA World Cup, all the action, the goal scoring, and of course the fan base. I mean, the World Cup here in the United States has been all the fun to watch. And so just to give you an update, France has punched its ticket to the Final Four after defeating Morocco 2-0. Mbappe with a goal in that game. Something to keep an eye on. He might be hurt and may not be able to go versus Spain, who just defeated Belgium 2-1. So interesting storylines to wait, and a really tough matchup between France and Spain awaits.
Yep, it was what happened. The European winners going to the final on that side.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So I think Mbappe's going to play, though. There's just, my gut's telling me he's going to play. He doesn't look like, if he's hurt, then maybe it's not that bad. But also, it could be they were because France pulled him out of the game against Morocco as a precaution, from what I could tell. Because, could he be hurt? Absolutely. How significant? That's what we don't know.
Second semifinal is to be determined. We got Switzerland and Argentina in one of the quarterfinal matchups, I think Sundays. And then tomorrow, and then you got Norway and England also playing.
I tell you what, the Vikings, they have captured America's hearts. They've stolen my heart, especially that Viking that wears number 9. That guy by the name of Erling Haaland. That guy, he's been the talk of the... Okay, I'm sorry. I know we love Lionel Messi. He's probably the greatest soccer player in the world right now. But right now, the star of the World Cup in North America has been Erling Haaland. That guy, that Viking, class act, he's humble. And you know what? It helps when you're playing for an underdog nation in Norway, or let alone a nation that's not used to getting this far in the World Cup. But credit to Norway. They're in the round of 8, and they've got a chance to do some more damage versus a very good England team tomorrow. And right now, Haaland looks unstoppable.
Yep, it's been fun. North America as a whole has done well as a tournament site, especially the U.S. And I wouldn't be surprised if 2038 they come around and host it again because of the conference rotations.
Obviously, us Americans would love to see that again. And you know what? It could be a real possibility because, hey, all right, so our men's team crashed and burned against Belgium. But no matter what, okay. Like I said, I wasn't in my Wax on Wednesday vlog. I didn't expect the United States to go and win it all. I just hoped for, the deepest run ever that we'd ever have. But that was really just wishful or hopeful thinking. But even with the U.S. going down in the round of 16, hey, the United States as a country has been a winner in this FIFA World Cup. The exposure that this country has gotten, especially from the other fan bases, it's absolute. It blows my mind away. I don't have a whole lot of words for it. And the storylines, of course, have just been great. I mean, we've mentioned Erling Haaland of Norway. That guy, he's the one that's stealing the show, of course, for Norway here in the United States. But hey, a lot of people rooting for him, and I'll confess, I am one of them. I'm rooting for those Vikings from Norway. I hope they win it all here on the U.S. soil.
We'll see what happens. I mean, they still got to get through England first.
Yeah, so definitely some really good matchups there. I mean, that Norway versus England matchup. One way to sum it up, pretty much. So, it's going to be England's precision. They like to move the ball a lot. They move it very well. They attack you. They force penalties on you. So England's precision against the determination of the Vikings of Norway. If Norway can stay out of penalty trouble, which England and Harry Kane in more particular have made their money in this World Cup on penalties. But if Norway can find a way to just stay out of the box, stay out of trouble in the box, they're going to have not only a great chance to win it, but I do think they'll win this game. I've got Yes, I've got Norway winning in an upset, and a lot of that is because I think that Holland is going to have the game of his life against Harry Kane and the English. We'll find out how it goes. I think it's going to be low scoring, but I think that Norway is going to do just enough to win that game. And if they can keep England from having penalties, or to keep England out of their bread and butter attack on the penalties, of course, then not only is Norway going to have a great chance to win this game, I think they'll control the pace and dictate the terms of the game. Again, just my opinion.
Yep, we'll just have to see what happens. And I kind of agree with you on that front. We have to say this, though. The folks in Boston did not like the English as much as they did the Scottish, from what I've seen on social media. I think they wouldn't be heartbroken if Norway wins. And as for the other match, I'll just go ahead and say it. I can't think of anyone good on the Swiss team, really, on the top of my head. Messi's going on to the semis.
Yeah, I think so, too. Can Switzerland find enough magic to upset Argentina? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I just don't see it happening. I hope they put up a good fight against Argentina, but this Argentina team has way too much firepower right now. It would not surprise me I think it's going to be, on the other side of things, it's going to be Norway versus Argentina. That's going to be a really good match. And either way, I'm just going to give a quick mention to this. A lot of talk about some more corruption going on with FIFA, especially in this World Cup. I mean, everyone talks about, like, Flo Blogan getting reinstated, but now there's a lot of talk, and a lot of people are rooting against Argentina because people apparently believe that some of the calls that have gone Argentina's way suggest that FIFA's favoring them. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to speculate too much on it or get too much into it. I'm going to try not to get into this conspiracy if there is such one. But I will say there have been some calls, especially in the game against Egypt, on calls that went against Egypt. Like Egypt had a goal called back that on a penalty that happened before the goal was scored. Like they should have just called it before they even scored the goal. And then there was a similar penalty that should have been called for Egypt. Same situation where a guy's foot got stepped on. No call there. So I don't know if there's some grand scheme where FIFA's favoring Argentina. I don't know if that's the case, but I will say that the officiating in this World Cup has been questionable at best. To the point we even had a referee get banned.
Ouch. Oh, and Argentina's getting their finances are getting investigated by the FBI apparently.
Holy crap! Oh man, subject to investigate everyone and everything. I mean, I don't want it to be about, I want the story of this World Cup to be about, how the United States, how great of a job the United States and all the neighboring countries of Mexico and Canada did a great job hosting this great event. I don't want it to be about, some controversy, but rather just about the like how great these three nations of Canada, the United States, and Mexico did hosting, because all three have done a great job. This World Cup's been full of so much positive energy from the fan bases who have come abroad, whether it's Norway or Scotland's fan base, to the great action on the field and the closeness of each and every game, and of course Erling Haaland, because we can't talk enough about that Viking. That guy has been amazing. He's humble, he's a class act, but he's a great footballer as well, and because of him, Norway's got a chance possibly to not only make a whole lot more noise, but maybe, just maybe, win it all. I hope they do. We'll see.
Yep, anything's possible. We'll let you know about the final matchup and the third place matchups by next week, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Wednesday and Thursday are the semifinal matches. We will know. So, and then Sunday is going to be in New Jersey. Is going to have the final. Miami had the third place match.
Yeah, indeed. And I'll close off this final subject with another storyline that everyone's going to be talking about from this World Cup is the stars, man. The guys who are in contention for what we call the Golden Boot, of course. And the stars, I mean, from Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and of course Erling Haaland. Those guys have been balling out. They've been absolutely as advertised. And it is drawing a lot of good energy for this World Cup. You love to see the stars. You love to see the best players just go out there and do their thing and just wow the world. Are you not entertained? It's been great. This World Cup, it's been fun to watch. Probably the best World Cup I've seen, regardless of who wins.
Yep, it's to be a good one.
Enjoy the football on Saturday, everyone. And now we're going to close off this rapid-paced Friday Roundtable with our golden moment of the week. We've been talking so much about the Vikings. I promised I would tell you about what they did in Times Square. Let's find out what they did in Times Square, shall we? Roll the clip, please. Record, they've been doing this all World Cup long, no matter where they're at.
Yeah, that's a lot of rowing.
And the Norway fans have been absolutely sensational. And Norway and their fan base, they're going to have a real chance tomorrow to continue rowing their way all the way. Sorry, I can't row as well as the people of Norway can. They got us.
They got a longer.
I've got nothing on those Vikings. I'm just gonna pack.
I'm not even gonna try to bother.
No,
to keep up with the Vikings heritage of those guys.
These Viking fans, man, if we ever host the World Cup again, I hope Norway is back again and we get more of this, because the Norway fans, and as well as the whole Norway soccer team, they have been awe-inspiring. This is an invasion I will welcome anytime. If these Vikings are coming from Norway, welcome back to the United States then.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
If we open in 2020 in 38, hope to see you then.
Mm-hmm. The thing that impresses me the most about this clip is the fact that they clogged up all of Times Square just to row the boat. It's awesome. First we had the Scottish drinking Boston Dry, and now you got Norway turning Times Square into a exercise session in rowing. Awesome
not
stuff.
to mention all the fans that have gone to baseball games.
Yep.
To Boston, to Atlanta, to the Scots and English, and to Boston. The English had a game in Atlanta. Probably a few fans in Houston. The Norwegians at a Mets game. Stuff like that. It's been fun.
I was gonna say too. I was at the Henry Ford with my family on Monday, and we saw someone there with maybe it was an American, but I saw someone there wearing a Lionel Messi jersey. I wondered if he was from Argentina or not, and possibly paying a visit to the Henry Ford on his way to where he was going.
Beats me.
Yep. All right, sports fans. With all that being said, that's all we got for this week's Friday Roundtable. And special thanks to my man Tyler Lavalette, Whitney, and everybody here who works in the studio. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Follow us on Two Guys Talk Sports and other things for more videos. Well, on YouTube for more videos. And follow us on Two Guys Talk Sports on Facebook too for, similar news and other video content. With that being said, sports fans, enjoy everything that you're planning on doing this weekend. Have fun. This is Jake Waxman
and Tyler Lavalette
wishing you all a good weekend, everybody. Take care.